Whew, good afternoon. Hey, another video today. I'm a little raspy. I'm gonna have to go in and hit the oxygen or something. Whew. But anyway, I want to tell you a mom story. So this is back when I was in sixth grade, so we're in the 70s, and I had this purple hat, and I was hanging out with these kids. The kid, the kids I wanted to hang out with, so I hung out with them. Why not? And excuse me. So we were at a grocery store locally, and I'm wearing this purple hat, and I'm walking around, and the other kids would hang out with mom, but I kind of did my thing. Anyway, I'm looking at something, and these women are making fun of me. These are grown women, clatching over by the meat department, and they're laughing at me and calling me, the little fag and all that stuff. And so my mom was coming up another aisle. I could hear her click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, because she's wearing pumps that day because it was payday and she had to go see Dad. And she'd always dress up for the guys because she'd go up the fence and they'll be outside the factory. And they'd be like, "Hey, Judy, how you doing?" And she's like, "Just fine, click, clack, click, clack." And she's getting the paycheck from Dad. And so anyway, this is over in Niles. And so we're in this grocery store, it's payday, mom's shopping, blah, blah, blah. And I hear click, clack, coming up the aisle next to me, and pause. I'm like, oh shit, mom's mad at me for having this purple hat. Mom and Dad let me do it because they're like, if you want to wear the hat, you wear the hat. We don't like it, but you can wear the hat. And she goes up, she walks by these women, these bitches, and she comes to aisle me, and she says, "Daniel, this is what you do with assholes." And she goes, "Watch." Mom turns around, and mom's in a mini skirt, and she's got long, beautiful hair. Mom was a glam puss when she was young. She was hot. And click, 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 and I hear click, clack, click, clack, and she stands right there in front of these four women. And my mom and these women are laughing, and my mom is giving them the death stare. And she looks right at them. She walks up to the biggest one and fucking bitch slaps her. Bam! I mean, like knocks her down. My mom is not a big woman. Bam! Bitch slapped her, and the woman's on the ground like, and my mom just looks at her, looks at these other women, takes the cart and flips that cart almost upside down. Groceries everywhere. People are like, "Oh my God," my mom's like, she didn't even say a word. Mom didn't even say a word because, sometimes you just can keep your mouth shut a little bit, and then my mom just straightened herself up, checked her makeup because she's going to see Dad, of course. And she said, she just went up, and the other guys already went to the station wagon, and I'm standing there like, and she like looked at me, and we just walk out. And her friend, she knew all the clerks, so the clerk's at the front of the checkout, and she goes, "Clean up aisle 3," and she's kind of laughing. It's a small town America, so you gotta kind of be cool about it. And she's click, clack, click, and she click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, and she stops. Manager's standing there like, she's like, "Judy, what'd you do?" And then she just calmly gets in her purse, gets her checkbook, writes out a blank check. He goes, "That's for the damages, Joe." He's like, okay. He's not even sure what's really going on. He just came out of the office. He goes, and he said, "Have a nice day." And my mom click, clack, click, clack, click, clack out in the station wagon. And I remember her crouching down, taking that purple hat off my head, putting it on her head. And she goes, "That's what you do to assholes. Don't ever give in to an asshole." And she had a few other words we won't say here. And she drove around town in that big old station wagon, Patty Pontiac. And we call it Patty Pontiac. And she drove around town with that purple hat on. And I remember the next time we went to the grocery store, she had that damn purple hat on. And I don't remember ever seeing those women again. I'm sure Mom knew exactly who they were because Mom knew everybody. But I just remember her just backslapping that woman. There's only a woman in high heels and a miniskirt can do in the mid-70s. Anyway, that's my mom's story. My mom's in her mid-80s now, and, it was hard being on the farm and all that, and those were different times then. So and she's on an oxygen machine too. Sometimes we share oxygen. Oh, sometimes when she's sleeping, I just take a couple whiffs. Oh, I look all pasty today. Sorry, I get some sun. I'm just pasty these days. Anyway, so that was a mom story. So everyone, go give your mom and dad a hug. I'm gonna go over and see my dad, and it's time to start giving away all my tools. I'm never going to use them again. So, just remember your mom and just tell some mom stories online. It's not all just tits and ass and woke and joke and Trump and dump and Biden and stupid. And, let's tell some real stories about real moms and dads in our families, and nothing dirty, not that kind of party. But, put that out there, It's been really amazing. We moved to this farm when I was a kid, and we had nothing. I mean, we had nothing. The outhouse is over there. The electricity gets shut off. We just used the outhouse, and, we did okay. We used to have a pump here and a big tower, windmill tower, and, but I remember there were a lot of good times, and it wasn't always, we were just working class farmers, I'm a little breathless. Anyway, that was a true mom story, how to deal with assholes. Like my mom said, my mom, dad, and my dad, when I told my dad I'm gay, he's like, well, this was very obvious. This many years ago, Dan. And he goes, but don't ever let anyone call you a faggot. Beat their ass. Beat them into submission. They will learn a lesson. And I've had to do that. I've never attacked anyone unless I was cornered. Then I come out. Except for the guys in that green van that tried to jump us in Chicago, and we beat their ass. Slashed their tires, smashed their windshield. They learned a lesson. I still think they were off-duty cops. Well, that's just my thoughts to it. Anyway, that was back in the 80s, me and the EB. So, true stories, lots of stories. It's been an amazing journey. Anyway, go love on your mom and dad a little bit. Your brothers and sisters, well, they got two legs. They can figure it out. Later, Gator. Bye.